ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Transformers action figure review on the Takara Tomy Transformers masterpiece MP-51 Cybertron Warrior Arcee. If you're trying to get your Transformers, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Right down there, I ask you to please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And ooh, another masterpiece figure. This is my favorite action figure line. Looking dope already. I like this packaging right here. You can see this image of the black mailer box that it came with. You can see her alt mode right there. And then on the back, you can see a bunch of poses and a bunch of accessories and heads and everything. And then you get Arcee right over here. And then you get this nice foil right there with the Transformers masterpiece logo, and then not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Arcee out of the packaging, and she looks gorgeous. I gotta say, I really like this mode. It looks really good. We get some dope accessories. I want to take a closer look at those while attached to the figure's alt mode, and then we'll get a closer look at the details. So aside from the 4 face sculpts and the instruction booklet right over here, which has all 41 steps, here are all the accessories that we get with Arcee. Let's look at this trading card, because I love my trading cards. I really do. And this looks fantastic. I love this artwork. That looks so clean. You can see Cybertron in the back right over there, Cybertron Warrior Arcee. And then on the back there's the stats. Very nice pose right there. And then you get these effects parts, which I'm going to show all attached to the different guns in a moment, but I just gotta say I love that Takara is doing this. It kind of makes it feel like an SH Figure Arts when you get this into robot mode with all the posability and all the dope accessories. So you can see that I have the wheel spindle thing right over here attached to the side, so that's very cool. This lip tends to come down. And just really quick, just to show how well she rolls, it's really tricky to get her transformed to the point where she rolls just fine, and this just came off, but she will roll. It's just really tricky, and you could hear some friction going on underneath there. You could see how the hands just kind of fold over each other, like don't look at me there kind of thing, and this tends to get a little bit loose on me, and you can see how the patas will get in the way. You got to make sure that they're all tucked in there properly, right? So anyway, just to port this on and take it off, there's a tab right in there. Just take that out, so that's very easy. It says you could store this gun right over here at the bottom, and you could also just store it in the holster right over here as well if you wanted to, but it does look weird having all that extra stuff on there, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Then on the other side, you can clearly see I had the rifle ported in here. It just tabs on this side, and it looks alright. Looking at this rifle, I do like it. I mean, I really like all the accessories with this. This is just really cool. And then you can go ahead and port in one of these effects parts right over here, and that looks really good. Here's this gun, looking really nice. And you could go ahead and port this one in. This is the smaller one. I like that as well. That's cool. I do like this one most. And then the smallest gun I actually have stored right here. You could store it right here for either mode. A little tricky to pick out of there, and you know, there's a little sleeve space in there where you push it in. I did lose a tiny bit of paint right over there. Oh, it hurts my soul. That was actually from adding the effect to it though. So this kind of just wraps around the barrel right over here, and it could be a little bit stiff, and I think I actually had it on the other way, and it, oof, man, that's, yeah, I wish it was an easier fit, so I think that's how that happened, but still looks cool regardless. Even though it's super tricky to pick up on the camera, you can see some nice detail with the green and black. But getting back to Arcee over here, I love how the Autobot symbol looks. That's great deco. You get a little tiny Cybertronian grill right there. I mean, just the shape and body of this whole thing looks very clean to me. I like it. Again, you know, a little bit bulky at the bottom and stuff, but really, I do like how it looks, and you can see how the tires do spin, even though when it rolls, it doesn't look like it spins. Sometimes the panels can fold in over here and it gets weird, so be mindful of that, but I really dig this. Rear lights right over there. You have this thingy right over here, and then you can see the steering wheel with tiny little bits of paint detail in there. Very tricky to pick up on the camera. If I zoom in, you can see them. And you get the 2 car seats right over there too, which is really cool. I did not try this until now. It does not work out, but I tried to get my MP-10 510 spike in here. And yeah, this thing is just really not made well for sitting. There's just not enough leg room. Did I mention how much I love these blue tinted windows? I really do. But anyway, measuring out Arcee's alt mode, you can see that she's just a bit under the 6.5 inch mark, like 5.5 inches across. And as far as the height goes, you're looking at about 1.5 to 2 inches tall. And for a masterpiece size comparison, we have our masterpiece side swipe next to Arcee. And wow, do we need a new side swipe? I still love this figure. I think it still holds up. But yeah, you can see the length of these vehicles over here are about the same. I think Arcee is maybe just a little bit longer because of this little tiny tip right over here. And then for an Arcee size comparison, we have our recently released deluxe class Earthrise Arcee, and here's our masterpiece version, which, oh man, when I see these two side by side right over here, it just reminds me again why I love Transformers Masterpiece the mostest. I don't know where I did with the little spiky fin thing right over here. I think I dropped it somewhere. I don't know where it went. Now, like in the Ultimate Expanse review, I'm going to go through every single one of the steps, which are 41 with this figure. So if you don't want to watch that, check the timestamp down here and skip ahead. Otherwise, will you take us away, Bumblebee? All right, so step one is just removing the doors. You just want to detach the doors. Do that on both sides. Ooh, I did not like that clicking sound. Step two, just flip them up. That's it. Step three, swing them out. 4, 5. Ooh, you can see a little paint chip right there. 6, 7, 8. Flip them back. 9, detaching from the culo, fully expanded away from the culo as well. Step 10, we fold these in right here. Well, they're attached. It's one piece. Step 11, we spin around, fold these in on each side right here. Step 12, we go back around and we're going to spread this out over here, flipping upwards on both sides. Oof, and I pushed that in by accident. And step 13, now you fold this in. Step 14, you're gonna shift the taillights out. And then step 15, you get a tiny little slider that will move them each going inward. Very, very, very tiny transformation. That step 15 will allow you to move these sticking straight down. So you can see that right there. 17, we're flipping this over and moving these pieces up right over here. 18, we bring down the patas, and the piernas. So move this all down. And while the piernas are still up like that, you want to utilize step 19 and push them in. And then step 20, we're moving the legs all the way down. 21, move the patas up. 22, move these down and in. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, we turn around and lift up. 30, we turn around and swing that nice translucent blue windshield downward. And 31 is the most complicated step with spinning this windshield at an angle where it's going to go through these two gray pieces right here. And 33 is coming around and then just shifting this into place. However, you want to keep an angle to it right over here for now at least. Because step 34, we're bringing all of this over it. And then step 35, you're going to rotate that windshield and let it settle right there. Step 36, we're scooting this back. Step 37, we're bringing this in. Step 38, you're just going to bring in the tires. And I guess I pushed that in too close earlier, but there you go. You could tuck them in underneath like that. And I guess part of step 37 is also bringing all of this up and in over here too. So it's like 3 steps in one. And you can see how these 2 tabs are supposed to go into these slots right here on her back. Kind of tricky to see. I've never gotten that to actually tab in there perfectly, but it kind of gets into place. Step 38, shift this down. Step 39, fold in here. Fold in here. Step 40, 41, and I guess 41 again, just flipping this around. And now we have Arcee in her robot mode. Absolutely looking fantastic. I really dig this robot mode a lot, but first let's get a closer look at those face sculpts. So we get 4 different head sculpts with this figure, and I don't know how I did this, but at some point, I guess during transformation, I nicked her nose, so you could see a little piece of plastic. This face sculpt also came with a little bit of extra paint, or paint chipping anyway, around the eye right there, so I am happy it happened with this particular head sculpt, since it has a little minor QC issue regardless. But yeah, just to show off the different faces, you have this one right here with the mouth open, and then you have this other one with the mouth open even more so. And then there's this other one where she has her mouth open and it's slightly smiling, and then she has her mouth closed and she's smiling. You also get this great feature over here where you could lift this up and you get this little tab right over here where you could pick that up and then swing this down, and you get a visor over her eyes, which is awesome. Now switching out the faces is a little bit tricky. As you can see, you have two different slots where this will slide into, and you want to make sure that you have it all the way on the farthest one in the back right over there. One thing that kind of fascinates me about these is that you get this translucent blue plastic behind the eyes, but the eyes are all painted on all of them, so that's just kind of funny to me. But anyway, looking at the rest of the figure, I did see X-Manny87 did make a complaint about the breasts hanging a little bit too low. And from the front, it does look that way, especially with this whole collar piece, you know, being so long. But from the side, it looks about right. And I'm not going to lie, I did not notice that until he pointed it out, and now I can't unsee it. But it doesn't really look that bad to me. I'm still really happy with it. I like how the Autobot symbol looks right over here. The detail throughout is just spectacular. All the buttons and everything on her pelvis, that looks great. All these lines sculpted in here throughout on the limbs are fantastic, man. Love all of that stuff. You can see some of the screws and everything on the inside of it. That's not so pleasant to look at, you know. But hey, it's a robot. That's me witnessing me lying to myself. I wish that we couldn't see all those parts sticking out right there. But the hands look really good. She has pointy fingernails. The legs, I love how these legs came out. Beautiful legs with all these lines sculpted throughout over here. That is just gorgeous. Very, very happy with that. Her inner crotch pits right over here push in, so I guess that helps with the transformation and posing. You can see a slight difference in color with the white over here, but it's not really that big of a deal. There's the Arcee Nalgas, and she does have a Kulo port. Either Amazing Yamaguchi or SH Figuarts will port right into the back right over here. It's a little tricky with the clearance with these parts, so you want to be careful with the way you do that. But yeah, not bad with the Nalgas right there. I do like them. I like how the knees look right here. All of this looks fantastic. Nice little feet that do have some die cast in them. I hate how these toes flop down. That always bothers me. But, you know, Jobby the Hong has his cold touch technique, which I don't like, because if you hold it a little bit longer than a second, your body temperature is going to increase that metal to your own body temperature. So I go with the sound technique. Tippy toes are made out of plastic. And then this is made out of die cast. Hear it? Doot, 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 doot. Dit, 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 dit. I'm a drummer. I tap things. I listen for that stuff. But anyway, here's looking at the back, looking really, really nice. So very, very happy with this thing. Now, if you think I'm being a big time Takara shill, well, hey man, this backpack thing does not bother me. And you know what? Throughout the Masterpiece line, I'm happier that they add more stuff over here. I think it looks fine. It doesn't bother me. You could think I'm crazy or whatever seeing all this stuff clumped over here, but it sits comfortably behind her. It's not the worst to me. I just don't have a problem with it. What can I tell you? Now, before I go over the articulation, I just want to show off the weapon storage. You do have this holster right here, which does pop off a little easy, so I'm going to take that off when I go over the articulation, but you do have the gun that you can put in here. As you saw earlier, it holsters just fine, so you can store that sidearm right over there. Same thing as the alt mode. You could take this small gray gun and you could just go ahead and port it for the rifle right here on the side. You can go ahead and port this in like so, and yeah, that's all big and bulky and stuff, but yeah, I'd rather not have all this stuff sitting there. This one I don't mind. Now, to measure out the height of this Masterpiece Arcee figure, you could see that she is standing just a little bit under that 7.5 inch mark. Then for a Masterpiece comparison, you can see Arcee next to a few figures over here with a good range of height. We have the MP-45 Bumblebee, and then we have Hound right here, and the MP-44 Optimus Prime. I never reviewed this Hound. I should review Hound. I had always meant to, so I don't know. Let me know if you want to see that review. And then here's Arcee next to another 86 Transformers movie lead character. We have Ultra Magnus from the Masterpiece line. I think the height difference between these two looks very good. And then for an Arcee figure comparison, we have our Generations version from several years ago. We have our Earthrise version, and here's the Masterpiece version. Between these two, I don't know, man, I'm kind of leaning towards this one more. And to turn them all sideways for a backpack comparison, I just wanted to show off that in relative size, I feel like this backpack is the smallest. Maybe it's around the same size as this one right here, but it's still the most compact looking to me anyway. And here's the Masterpiece Arcee figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to show some love to the channel by hitting that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as a notification bell. And a big extra thank you to all these people over here that support this content over on the Tron and channel membership. If you're interested in the perks and you're in a position to help this channel grow, check it out, link below, or click that join button. This figure is awesome. I really like it a lot, okay? I have little gripes, but those gripes are things I'm used to, like the paint chipping. It happens here and there, not enough to really bother me. The backpack, it's bulky, it's there. Doesn't really bother me. Like, I'm just a sucker for Transformers Masterpiece. It's my favorite toy line, dude, so it's hard to disappoint me with the Transformers Masterpiece figures. So this figure right here, I just thought they nailed it. I'm really happy with it. It doesn't feel like a shelf warmer or anything like that, especially because the backpack has so many small parts transforming into it. So I'm just really pleased with this thing. I love the effects that we get with the guns, the accessories, the way everything works out. You know, I'm just really, really pleased. And at the price point of around 150, if I remember correctly, which is not cheap, I'm giving this a Sud rating of... And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please do not forget to let me know in the comments section below. If you want to follow me over on social media, you can find me over on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.
Crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.